Hey there, Python enthusiasts! Welcome back to our Python for Beginners series. In today's video, we're diving into some crucial concepts, comments, and input functions. These might sound simple, but trust me, they're like the secret sauce in your favorite recipe. They make everything better. We'll explore how comments can save you from future headaches by keeping your code understandable and how input functions let you interact with your users, making your programs dynamic and fun. Input functions are especially important because they'll form the foundation for more complex concepts we'll cover in future videos. So, make sure to watch till the end to grasp these basics thoroughly. And by the way, here's some good news. Our next videos in this series will be uploaded every Sunday. So hit that subscribe button and the notification bell to stay updated. Alright, let's get started and make Python even more awesome. Stick around, let's dive in. Ah, comments! The unsung heroes of code. They're like little notes you leave to yourself or your future self, explaining what in the world your code is doing. Just remember, folks, a well placed comment can save you hours of head scratching later on. And trust me, nothing's worse than coming back to your code after a week or so and thinking, who wrote this? Oh, it was me. Let's take a look at how to write comments in Python. You start a comment with a hashtag, not the Instagram kind, mind that, but the good old hashtag. And comments are ignored by Python. When the code runs, it's like Python sees the commit and goes, nah, I don't need that. You can use comments to temporarily disable code. Think of it as putting a do not disturb sign on your code. As we can see here, if you're writing the print function here, we'll learn about the print function later in the input functions part. But if let's see, you can see two print functions are here. We might, let's say, I don't need the first part. I can just type in a hashtag here. You see, the text goes green. That means it's become a comment, and the Python interpreter, the one that sees the code and runs the code, won't see the code as something that to run, that it has to run. It'll only run this part. I can also put a hashtag here. As you can see, there might be an error here because it's not defined properly. We can just write a hashtag here. So see, this entire part has become a comment. This won't run in the Python interpreter. Only this part will run. Now, let's move on to input functions. Ever wanted to ask the user for the name or age? Don't worry, input functions got your back. The input function is used to get user input. Let's see how it works. We can see here we are defining a variable. In our last video we discussed about it, how to define a variable. You can check that video out. We have defined a variable as user name, user underscore name equals to, now I've given an input function, and here input function, when we write like this, we open a bracket, then we open quote. What did I discuss in the last video? When we open double quotes, it means we are using a string. Input functions always reads the string. Read the string. Now it can read integers as well. We'll get onto this. Get onto that in a moment. But we have to write a string here. Let's say, what's your name? Now we give a little area here. Yeah, we will give an area for the user to type in. Then we use the print function. Now the print function actually prints the value into the output. I'll show you the output in a minute. Let me just write it first. Uh, print, let me just define this variable here. Let's say uh, survey underscore data underscore user underscore name equals to. Now I defined a variable. You see it has gone blue. It's a variable, as you can string it. It's a str. It's a string variable. Now I have given here input function, and then I've asked our question. Now I can write here survey data type username. Now what it does, it actually prints or shows this defined thing in the output. Now I have defined this survey data username as the input functions. What's your name? Now, when I've asked that, it's going to print that very defined data. Now, this input, the data that will show in the output, will vary as will depend on what the user inputs or types in as per the question here. Now let me just remove this part and I'll just run the code. Now when I run the code or we have to see the output, I have to just go here, select run and run without debugging. Now I've come here, it'll ask this question here, what's your name? Like I've come here, the survey data type username, this question is asking here. Now if I write Cybertron Academy, it now prints Cybertron Academy that data because as we can see here in the print function, it shows that data that we just wrote here in the input functions. What's your name question? Like this is the question. This is this, and I wrote this input here. That's the input, and this input, the Cybertron Academy, this input went into the survey data username. Now, when I'm printing that survey data username, it's actually showing that what's in there, the string here. As we can see under when I clicked enter, it showed this Cybertron Academy. Okay, see how easy that is. Now you can get all sorts of information from your user. Just don't get too nosy. We're here to code, not to interrogate. So, there you have it. Comments and input functions are your new best friends in Python. Comments help you keep your code clear and understandable, while input functions let you interact with the user. Until next time, happy coding, and may your comments be witty and your inputs be valid. Cheers.